What's up? You have entered the Earlverse. I figured I'd do a little baby stream on a Saturday afternoon before hockey. A big game 3 in South Florida. We'll do the Art Bell theme song momentarily. But welcome, everyone. I'll be at the Comedy Store tonight, 12:15 in the AM. Probably a little later than that, knowing how the Comedy Store. Well, I mean, we may get to 100. It's Saturday afternoon. And for those of you wondering the historical significance of getting to 100, I read the letter. And at this point, if you don't know what the letter is, then it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Then you're not an Earl fan. The game is in South Florida. The Carolina Hurricanes down 2-0. They are changing goaltenders. There was a dirty hit at the last game. Sebastian Aho did a dirty hit on Sam Reinhart. Sam Reinhart is out of the game. So if I were Florida, I'd be pissed at Sebastian Aho. I would not shake his hand in the handshaking ceremony. The concert was good. The Zeros, for those of you not knowing who they were a very big band in the LA strip days, and I mean, they were so big at one point that the, whoa, try to get closer, the Whiskey A Go-Go painted the whole building purple because their main color is purple. So, it was a fun show. A lot of Comedy Store people showed up. So Rose and Emily were there. They talked. They're still homies. And, Don Barris was there. A couple of the managers were there. Danny, the sound guy, is beloved. He's probably the most well-liked guy in the Comedy Store hallways. And also Anthony Drinkwater was the drummer. He is, I guess you'd say, the number 2 sound guy at the Comedy Store. Interesting, TB. Most interesting. What do you mean never say never with Jeff? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I can absolutely say never. I will never be friendly with Jeff Ross, ever. Because there's really nothing he can do. It's not like he can rewind the hot tub time machine and, rewrite the wrongs that were done to me. And also, having me taken off the Adam roast, which was a harmless roast. There was like under 100 people in the room. Wasn't being recorded. No one was ever gonna, this was a roast for Adam's friends, and Jeff was such a pussy that he's like, hey, Earl's gonna come in too hot on the allegations, which I absolutely would have. I mean, it's a roast. You've got someone on the dais accused of what Jeff was accused of. and no one can joke about it? I don't think so. I mean, Jeff did jokes about P. Diddy, about Cosby, about D'Elia, and Mao. When the jokes are at his expense, well, we can't have Earl on the show. What a bitch. Literally like 2 days, 2 days notice. That's fine. Um, because Jeff has nothing in life I want. Nothing. And I know a lot of people are like, well, dude, you got to get over it. Just let karma take its course. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, this haircut's about a week old. Thank you very much. Ari Jane, what up? What up? Ben Bones Jones, we might get to 100. This has a 100 people vibe. Charles Stedman. Well, I mean, your build is the roast master, but yet you're afraid of me. I mean, I lost all respect I had for him, and I didn't have really much to begin with, to be honest with you. Uh, you could put that in all caps. You know the rules. You know the rules. So, but in terms of like, let it go, be cool with him. If I let that shit go, to me, that's like sending off a giant bat signal into the universe of, hey, fuck Earl over, and he won't. He'll be cool with it. Uh. So that's all right. He is what he is. That's why he's never had any long term success. Any show he's had, it always fails because he makes it about him. Uh, Detroit by Dark, you could do that in all caps. We have rules here in the Earlverse. We don't have many. We're a friendly group in the Earl world, but there's very few people who have all caps privileges. I believe Peter Chicken Man Brennan, um, Hi-Fi Protege, and I believe there's one more if I'm not mistaken. And any Jeff Ross insults can be in all caps. Who's a better guy, Jeff or Harvey Weinstein? I mean, they have similar traits. Similar traits, from what I understand. Um, so I did not watch Paul Stanley on the Jericho cruise. Do I like John Cena? Not really. But I don't dislike him. I just, he's not for me. I'm an AEW guy. Big pay-per-view tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Why? Yeah, absolutely. Um, but I mean, you look at like Jeff's. What was that show he had on Comedy Central, The Burn? That was nothing more than a knockoff of Jeselnik's show. It's just like a second-rate version of it. And even Roast Battle. I mean, Roast Battle in the U.S. limped to 3 seasons. I mean, I could really almost say that Roast Battle season 1 jumped the shark. The first season. Half the cast shouldn't have been on that show. They weren't roast comics. So you ended up getting what you got. And then, historical roast. Those are the people you got to really feel sorry for. Because, historical roast took 10 years to develop. And it is kind of a funny concept where you're roasting dead celebrities roasting dead celebrities. It's a little spin on, roasting. And, I remember when they were starting to record it, I saw 2 of the 3 creators of the show at the Comedy Store. And I said to them, make sure Jeff doesn't change the show. And they kind of looked at me like, what do you mean? And what I meant was, Roast Battle was a great show when it was 2 comics who knew each other and who would go hard on each other. The jokes would be personal. And Jeff and his manager was like, we need celebrities, man. No one's going to want to watch Earl and his friends roast each other. And look at what the best season was. My season. Anyway, what up, Byron? I don't know, man. Dallas is pretty good. They had an off game yesterday, but Oilers seemed charmed with the comeback. So I do like watching the Dean Martin roast. And that almost proves my point that, what up, bada bing, Stugats, is that roast battle, they're good when you know the person. I mean, I made my season of roast battle good. I mean, they put me up against Jesse Joyce. I never even met the fucking guy, but I made that battle watchable. They put me up against my friend. He's my friend now, but at the time, I'd never really met Tom Ballard. So, yes, that is Lois coughing in the background. The Dodgers, the Angels are really. Did the Angels win last night? Would you hang with Gino and Dave Serra while they do coke? I would not. That's just not my vibe, to be honest with you. But maybe Gino will be at the Comedy Store tonight. Hey, we only get 75 more people before we read the letter in here. Sup, CC. Oh, thank you. I don't know what happened to Danish and O'Neill. I never really. I don't get involved in drama that has nothing to do with me. I just think, I would guess that they probably just had different views on how to run the show. And the Angels won again last night. So they won 7 in a row. I mean, I went to the game last Friday in Dodger Stadium where they won. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they don't really have any stars. I mean, Trout's hurt. I mean, I would trade Mike Trout, just get him out of this hellhole of Angels baseball, and then you could probably get 2 to 3 grade A prospects, and you sign a free agent, and you just. I mean, their closer's pretty good. That big guy, number 74, but he's never. I mean, outside of this winning streak, but maybe they're finally getting it together. I mean, listen, if he comes back, that's certainly. I mean, that game I saw against the Dodgers last week, everything was going right for the Angels, and that's rarely a team wins when you have to have everything going right. You need a little help. But, if Trout's happy here, I mean, I can't imagine he's happy, but, if he doesn't want to be traded and he can contribute, you know. Yeah, I mean, they just always seem to get guys at the tail end, like Josh Hamilton, Mo Vaughn. I mean, I remember when we got Mo Vaughn, I was so fucking excited. And, he didn't play horrible for us, but, he was clearly at the end of the rope. Dave Parker, who's my favorite player of all time, he was kind of at the end of the rope. But he was good, but he was in decline. Dave Winfield, I mean, they need to, listen, I like the Angels owner. He spends money. You can't say he doesn't. But, and I think Ron Washington's a good coach. He's a player's coach. I think players respect him because he played the game. But, I don't know. There's just, they seem right now, and right now, listen, they're hot. What have they won, 7 or 8 in a row? They seem to, everything's going their way. So I don't know if that's sustainable, but I'd love to see them get a starting pitcher. Um, but who knows? We'll see. I mean, yeah, Pujols, $1.99. Thank you for answering. What was your question, CC? Let me go back. CC. With Danish and O'Neill. Yeah, thank you. I mean, that's the honest answer. And I'm not saying it's the right answer. I just I like both. I talk to O'Neill more than I do Danish. Every now and then I'll talk to Danish. We'll text each other. Once a month or something. And I see O'Neill at the Comedy Store. Yeah, Reggie Jackson, Pujols. I mean, Pujols kind of. I wouldn't say he was at the tail end of his career, but he was not in his prime anymore, but still, a guy not in his prime of Pujols' ability is still a pretty good player. I mean, Trout needs backup. You got to surround him with at least he needs protection. That number 12 guy, he's pretty good. Big black dude, number 12. I don't know. I didn't recognize his name, but like he looks like he could be decent. Um, so, oh, I'm sure Trout does live in a nice area, but he needs protection. It just can't be, you know, 7 or 8 guys who are average hitters and then Trout. You just pitch around them. Um, so I mean, Corona. Like I played hockey in Corona. Fuck it, it's far from where I live, but um, I would love to see. I mean, you'd think with Trout and Otani, the Angels would have at least made the playoffs, but and especially with Otani pitching. Um, so I don't know. I don't follow baseball that much, but I think the Angels owner gets a lot of shit. But you can't say he doesn't spend the money. Does he spend it wisely? That's another question. I do think that he thought he could keep Otani. I mean, Otani is unbelievable to watch live. Uh, I mean, I saw him in the Angels when the Dodgers played the Athletics the night before, uh, and he had 2 home runs. I think the Angels won like 19-2. Um, so it was pretty impressive. And then the next night he had a home run against the Angels. I mean, you know, he's the real deal. I wish the Angels could have kept him, and you'd think having Otani and Trout, and then who's the guy number 6 starts with an R, but I think he really lost a lot of love from the Angel fans when he was like, "I'm just playing baseball for the money." Oh, yeeks. Not exactly something fans want to hear. Oh yeah, see, I don't even look at the lineup. Thankfully Dean goes on early, and by the time I show up, he's not there. And then I'm sure Annie will be kissing someone's ass back in the areas that you do that in. That's fine. I mean, who am I to sit there and tell people how to conduct their business? Um, so, um, I'm just trying to worry about myself. I just do my thing, try and be the funniest guy in the lineup every time. Now, obviously, it doesn't happen every time, but um, and then just go home and Annie. I will always have a little bit of love for Annie because my first paid regular spot, she brought me up and gave me a very nice introduction. I have no problems with Annie. I mean, you know, I'm a late night comic. She goes on earlier than me, so we just don't see. We used to be closer, but not so much anymore. But that's LA comedy. You fall into different genres of the scene. Late night comics. There's the early comics. Like Kevin Christie and Sarah Tiana and Argus. Thankfully, Dean is an early comic, so I don't have to see him. And then you get the middle of the lineup guys. Chappelle, Lacey, not Dave Chappelle, um, uh, Moshe Kasher, and people of that nature. So, and I love Moshe Kasher, who's a big MMA fan, ironically enough. It says they're on the 10:30. Oh, I don't know. I don't really look. I mean, I know I go on probably about 12:15. So, I don't. I never look at the lineups. I don't even look at the lineups when I get there. I literally show up, I make the rounds, I stay in the parking lot, the kibitz, and then Danny, the sound guy, will say, "Hey, you're next." So I literally don't know who's bringing me up usually. And obviously, I walk in the main room to, get back to the green room. So, hey, Rocky 2 just came on my TV screen. I love Rocky 2, one of the great sequels of cinema history. But let's turn off the television for now. Let's see here. I'll give you a quick shot of Lois while I do some house cleaning. Lois be chilling right now.
Sometimes you got to pump guys up. Sometimes you also just have to calm them down. Yeah, both teams though, you can't wait for something bad to happen. They both got to be ready out of the shoot.
All right, let me get an energy drink. I can't do these, 7-hour streams. Melton, I think yesterday, did a stream. Fuck, it had to be at least 6 hours. I don't know how he does that. Respect. I don't give her CBD. I just give her a lot of exercise. Which today's energy drink will be Celsius Cherry Cola. Oh wait, let me turn. Sorry, there was music playing in the commercial. Yeah, this TV is loud. I need the jitters. William Covey, can I give a shout out to a singer named Eva Cassidy, a voice too beautiful for this world, a tragic story. AC/DC, aren't you going to a concert tonight? You should be getting ready. What up, Ray? Hold on, this TV's too loud, man. I can't concentrate. Yeah. What up, Saint Ranger? That is not the Jewish energy drink. I don't know much about Lizzo. We'll go to the side view for a second. I have to do some computer maintenance. You sold your ticket for $1,500. Wow. I mean, didn't you want to sell the ticket and then go buy a $200 ticket? I mean, no, you may not get a free joke. Can I get a super chat, Ray? I mean, come on. Yeah, Lizzo does have a set of cheeks on her. That's a fact, Jack. That is a big woman. Can I sing? I mean, if it's in a lower register voice, clearly my voice is very deep. So, yeah, jokes ain't free, baby. I can sing like a Springsteen song. I could sing. I couldn't really sing a Boston song because his voice is so deep. Whoa, we got 37 people in here. So if we get another 63 people in here, I can read the letter. Are you still boys with Jeremiah Watkins? Yeah, we're friends. We're not as close as we used to be, but you know, you run in different circles. You know, so like you know, I sing the Click Five song "Just the Girl," but Eric Dill's voice is much higher than mine. So yeah, I definitely could not sing a Rush song. I'm sad anyone has a brain disease, to be honest with you. I mean, so I have a booming, deep baritone. I mean, Rush is great. I mean, I remember when I was dating my ex-girlfriend who manages Motorhead still to this day. She was working a Rush concert, so I sat side of the stage and watched. You got to pay, Johnny Lamb. You just can't be do this, do that, do this, do that. Come on, man. Out on the streets, that's where we meet. You make a night. I always cross the line. Tired of self, abuse yourself, get in the way. You know, you get the point. And to watch Neil Peart's drum solo 20 feet from him was pretty impressive, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean I mean it's just wow. I mean they had to lower him into the drum kit. It was so. I've been told that my voice could make people at a methadone clinic go to sleep. Johnny Lamb, $5. Lack of communication. All right, well, you know when Johnny Lamb pays for something, Johnny Lamb gets what he wants. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to sing the whole song, baby. I mean that's $5. You get one. What up, Ed Wood? We're going to look up. Let me see. Lack of communication lyrics. You know, maybe this is the key to super chats. Lack of communication lyrics. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yes, R.I.P. Robin Crosby. Okay, here we go. A one, two, a one, two, three. Too many problems the world can't solve. Too many people, no one wants to be involved. Lack of communication, back off. Keep rearranging, it's all the same. Always saying someone else is to blame. Lack of communication, back off. Look all around me, who's standing tall? Hold tight, no one's gonna answer your call. Lack of communication, back off. Put up our boundaries, we build our walls. It's alright, no one's gonna change us at all. Lack of communication, back off. Time's passing us by. We have our reason. No one wants to try. We have our reasons. Questions asking why. We have our reasons. Problems still arise. We have our reason for back of. You get it. You get it. You're so together, you fall apart. You never miss when you're shooting straight from the heart. Lack of communication, back off. You see it your way, I'll see it mine. Well, conversation is a useless change of line. You get it. You get the deal. That's worth $5. Trust me on that one. I noticed we lost 4 viewers when I was singing that song, but that's all right. Barry Baritone, Barry Ballsack. That is a good song. Good guitar work. on that song. Whoa, Johnny Lamb, $5. You get another. You get a little more. Johnny, I give back. Oh, hold on. I just deleted it. Hold on, Johnny Lamb. Hold on. I think I actually sang the whole song. You're so together, you fall apart. You never miss when you're shooting straight from the heart. Lack of communication, back off. You see it your way, I'll see it mine. Well, conversation is a use. All right, so my neighbors are coming by. Hold on. Well, thank you, Johnny Lamb. Just for that, I'll sing you. Well, hold on. First, you get the. We'll give you a couple lines on the house for Rat Sweet Cheater. Hold on. Let's go with Rat. Hold on. Let me see where Sweet. Makes me sad to see Tawny Katane. Hold on. Search lyrics. Sweet Cheater. Have you heard? Hold on. I got bad Wi-Fi. What up, Chicken Man Brennan? Are people really saying that Ryan Nissen is the new Earl in the store? No, I don't think so. I like Ryan, actually. But, no, I don't think so, Chicken Man Brennan. I have 5 battles on television. He has 0. I have 4 wins on television. He has 0. But, I did not. Hold on. I'm trying to find Rat Sweet Cheater. I want to give Johnny Lamb a little bit bang for, I like to give back for, most people will go, all right, I got $10 out of this guy, Johnny Lamb. I don't need to give him any more, but I do, see, because I fucking give back. So we're going to go deep into the Rat archives for a little Sweet Cheater. And then I have to get back to business. But I guess this is business. Excuse me, Chicken Man Brennan. You made me gassy asking me that question. But Ryan is very good. Sweet cheater, have you heard? Everybody wants a turn with your desire that makes you learn. Give you love and make you burn. We'll give you loving on the run, knowing that you're the only one. We'll give or take, give a break, show you what it takes. Sweet cheater, have you learned? You get the deal. You get the deal. I don't think, there've been a few people who they've tried to say is the new Earl and roast battle, and where are they now? That guy Lou, who used to dress up in the suits, say, "Oh, this guy's the new Earl. He's doing the wrestling." I don't think so. Where's Lou now? Exactly. He doesn't even do comedy anymore. So that would be $10. I could sing "Rhythm of the Night" for what is this karaoke? Look down the street now, the party's just begun, the night for romance. Who would have thought you versus Ralph? Who would have won? Me? I would have beat Ralphie. But Ralphie wasn't really a roaster. He was a shit talker. So Ralphie wouldn't have prepared at all for me. And I wouldn't have done any fat jokes with Ralphie because you knew he was expecting them. So, Earl, sing some Mother Love Bone. You got to pay for the money, honey. I don't know Mother Love Bone. I mean, I know who they are, but, you should sing Electra. I've got a booming, deep baritone, so I can sing like early Springsteen, like Thunder Road. Let's hear it for the boys. Let's hear it for the band. Was it low that they went? No, not really. You sign up for, what you sign up for in roast battle, So like when I said yes to doing roast battle, I knew I was going to hear jokes about my parents dying 2 months apart. I knew, Bolivia knew she was going to hear jokes about her fucking 3/4 of the LA comedy community. Ralphie knew he was going to hear fat jokes and divorce jokes. Sarah Tiana knew she was going to hear jokes, I don't know, Southern jokes or whatever. Steve Renazizi knew he was going to hear jokes about lying about being in 9/11, and well, I mean, and no boundaries as long as they're true. And that's my big thing. Like the start of me and Bolivia's problems, to be honest with you, because we were cool after our breakup. Was someone did a joke on television about me cheating on her, which I actually didn't. They just made up the joke. And she believed it was true. And, she's manic and bipolar, as we probably all are a little bit in comedy. And that's literally was the start of our problems. You tell a damaged 21, 22-year-old girl who's been fucked by literally 3/4 of the LA comedy community, and half of those were before she was 18, that, hey, this guy everyone likes that you dated, well, he cheated on you too. So that's the unfortunate thing. I mean, I know I go hard in the paint. Trust me on that one. Peter Chicken Man Brennan, what would Leslie Jones and Tiffany Haddish would probably hear? Well, I mean, Tiffany would hear jokes about drinking. I mean, in terms of Leslie, probably like running the light, and whatnot. That would be a deep cut. Like if I was battling Leslie, like in the belly room where it wasn't on TV, I would do jokes that only comics would get. If I was battling her on television, I'd have to research Leslie. I'd talk about her on SNL. I guess you can make fun of some of her characters she did and some of her movies or whatever. But I don't know how many DUIs. What do you think about hecklers of small free entry stand-up? Wait, what? Can you rephrase that, DJ? I don't know what you. Earl, what do you think about hecklers at small free entry stand-up? Oh, what do I? I mean, listen. Heckler. I mean, hecklers. It's like, hey, man. No, I've never had a heckler get the best of me. Not to say it won't happen, but I've never ever had a heckler like own me because I'm fucking quick. I may not be the funniest comic in the world. I may not be the best writer or whatever, but I'm quick. So, Gavin, I don't believe your super chat did show up. Let me look. Maybe I missed it. Sorry if I did. Johnny Lamb, and Cece. So your super chat did not show up. Yeah, I mean, jokes about being loud, maybe her hair, because it's always like spiky and whatnot. So, that's, there's ways to do a roast battle. You obviously go on someone's looks if they have something, that's visually, there where everyone's going to get the joke, and then you could go inside baseball about who they fucked in the room. Probably Leslie's nudes, like that would be definitely a target. So Peter Chicken Man Brennan, make sure you don't mention Leslie. It's not girly. Has anyone heard from Kate Quigley? I have not. I mean, I haven't talked. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. I think you asked that question before. Thoughts on the Edmonton Oilers? I mean, they got the two best players in the world, but their goaltending is either really good or really bad. So it depends on which goalie shows up. Is it true you're doing a movie review show with Liam? No, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I like Liam. But I got to get paid for shit. I don't mind doing this for mostly free because it's building my channel. But I'm done doing shows with other people that it doesn't really help me in any capacity. Yeah, Marchand is a great pickup. So, I mean, I'm not. The game's on pause right now, so no spoilers, please. I just paid Kevin Brennan $40. Well, I mean, good for Kevin. I don't hate other people making the money, honey. So we'll do about another 20 minutes, guys, and I'm going to watch the game. So yeah, I mean, it's to me, going back to the roast battle questions. It's like when I think I was a good roast battler because before every battle, I would look at myself naked in the mirror. I mean, that's how serious I took it. I literally go, okay, what can they physically make fun of me? Am I balding? Do I have a belly? Do I have acne? Do I have anything that looks weird on my body? And then you sit there and go, okay, my lifestyle choices. They're going to say something about dating younger girls, which, was never really a slam to me, to be honest. It was like, okay, I date young girls, and the problem is, and what else? Being related to the Kennedys, which once again was never really a slam. It's like, okay, my uncle was president of the country. My second uncle would have been president of the country. And your uncle? So, Nick Rick, see, I don't know what that means, Kip. Okay, I mean, I didn't go live now because Kevin was on, but I used to try to not go live when various people were on, but at some point you got to go on. So I figured 5:17 at this hour. I didn't think too many people would be on. So and the odds are, like, if they would ever attack my looks, I would be better looking than them. So you got to really know your targets. And, I was really good at that when I was motivated. Now, when I lost to Robin Tran at Clusterfest, by the way, Jeff was the deciding vote. Who do you think he went with? When Neil Brennan actually said, Earl, I like your jokes. And he got me pretty good. He's like, Earl, I didn't even know you did comedy outside of Los Angeles. Peter Chicken Man Brennan, what famous podcast do you think mentions the Dabbleverse first? Bad Friends, Theo's, Joe Rogan, Schultz. I don't know. I mean, I could see Theo bringing it up to Neil Brennan, like if Neil was ever on. He'd be like, "Hey, you heard the Dabbleverse?" I didn't know Robin Tran before she was Robin. I guess she was Robert Tran. Yeah, I mean, I don't picture Schultz mentioning it. I mean, I think I would bring it up. I mean, it really is a fascinating world to me. Well, I wanted the toughest battle. Like when Comedy Central reached out to me, they're like, "Hey, we want you at Clusterfest," and I was excited because I thought it was for stand-up. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And they're like, "Well, who do you want to battle?" I'm like, "I don't want to battle. I want to do stand-up." And they're like, "Well, if we put you on Todd Barry's Crowdwork show, would you do roast battle?" I'm like, I don't really want to do it because of how I was treated, but sure. So they gave me a list of people who were battling. It was Jamar, Mike Lawrence, a couple other San Francisco people, and then they said, "Well, Robin Tran." I was like, "That's who I want." Not because I thought I could beat her, but I thought, okay, I'm going to battle a transgender comic in the trans capital of the world. I want it to be the toughest battle because that's when I'm motivated. And we went to overtime. I mean, the crowd hated me. I came out in a dress, and the first joke I did is one of my favorite jokes I've ever written. Even Mike Lawrence told me that's a great joke. Now, the festival was called Clusterfest, And I walked out on stage in a dress, so I got booed right out of the hop. Excuse me. And I said, wow, it's an honor to be here at Clusterfest. This is actually a festival named after Robin's pussy. Just got nothing. And I was like, so yeah, it was pretty funny. I'll have to find a picture of it. It was actually, it wasn't even a dress. It was one of Chandler's 90s. And I barely, like, it was so tight on me. Like, you could see my boner and like, it was pretty funny. And I had a good time at Todd Barry's crowd work show. No, I don't think there was a video of that. Did you look like Saturn when he wore a dress? I looked ridiculous. I mean, it's packed. I mean, it was probably the largest crowd I've ever been in front of. It was at the Bill Graham Theater. Probably 3 or 4 thousand people. But SCV, do I think I could beat Neil Brennan at roast battle? I mean, that would be a tough one because he's a better rider than I am. But roast battle isn't necessarily, like, obviously me and him are two funny comics. I mean, we're two completely different style of comics. He's more of a cerebral, here's a great joke, like a Jeselnik style, surgical precision joke. And I'm kind of like Kiss. I'm like a lot of bells and whistles to cover up for the fact that my joke isn't that great. So it would definitely be two clashing styles. But I think I could beat anyone in roast battle. So yeah, I don't think DJ you would like that. But yeah, I mean, I was excited. I mean, it's an adrenaline rush to be in front of 3 or 4 thousand people. And roast battle was the featured show on Friday night. It was like the show everyone was going to. So I mean, it was packed. And the judges were Whitney Cummings, Jeff, unfortunately, Neil Brennan, and Chris Red. And I don't know. It was just, I mean, obviously I'm competitive. I wanted to beat Robin, but I knew going in it was going to be a tough one to win. Oh my God! I just found some ancient artifacts while going through my childhood home. British Knight shoes. Damn, that's old school. I used to help Robin with her roast jokes too. I know this sounds made up, but it's true. I told the story on my show over a year ago and played her special. Ask her about the harp. I mean, I don't talk to her much, but she did do my podcast. And we're both wrestling fans. We're cool, I think a lot of people think that people who roast battle are enemies. I really have only, I mean, of all the people I've roast battled, I've disliked one. BK, British, Bruce Kulick of Kiss used to wear those British Knight T-shirts on stage. Yeah, they had a nice run, and then them LA Gear. I don't know. Just kids are fickle, man. Fubu was hot, real hot, and then that kind of faded. And Diddy's clothing line, I mean, was hot, but kids change their fashion instincts on a dime, and when they leave you, they leave you. Even Jay Farrow had some work after SNL. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but hey Earl. Well, you don't roast battle the ones you love. You roast the ones you love from the standpoint of like when Joe Rogan. I'm sure they'll have a Joe Rogan roast eventually, and they'll have like Ari and Hinchcliffe and Joey and Theo and probably all those people. Big Daddy Joey Diaz brand. But at the end of that Joe Rogan roast, everyone will say how great Joe is. Thank you for your help. Blah blah blah. But if you're roast battling Joe Rogan, you're going to go in on him, and he's going to go in on you. So you don't roast battle the ones you love. What is up, my guy? How you been? I'm just a soldier, some dude trying to make it in the tough world of LA stand-up comedy. But I'm good, I'm just trying to make it. That never changes. Yeah, but I'm sure Jeff lied to Ralphie. Just knowing how Jeff works, I'm sure he was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna put you in there against Miss Pat. She's not gonna write anything. You'll kill her." And Miss Pat's great, but she's a lot like Ralphie. She's a shit talker. So yeah, you'll beat Miss Pat, and then we're gonna put you up against this autistic guy. He's just gonna stand there and do jokes. You'll kill him, and then you'll get either Jimmy Carr because she's gonna kill Earl, and then you'll get like I don't know, Tony, and you'll kill him. And so I just know how Jeff works. Well, I don't think he knew. Like him and Miss Pat was fun because it was just two shit talkers. But against Mike Lawrence, and I got to be honest with you, I like Mike a lot. He's you talk about a guy who keeps it real. He keeps it autistically real, 100% Johnny Lamb. But he's gonna have layered jokes about Ralphie being fat, going through a divorce, and then it's gonna weave back into being fat again. And Ralphie's just gonna be sitting there like a target. And Jeff knew that. He knew that. I mean, Ralphie should not have been on the show at all as a roaster. Now, I gave the idea of don't have him roast, have him judge. Then you can have him on different episodes. He could talk shit to me, Tiana, Hinchcliffe, Renazizi. It'd be fun. You get more bang for the buck because you can use him just more than once. I mean, But Jeff had no interest in making Ralphie look good. Trust me on that one. Jeff wanted the only comic on planet Earth who looked worse than he does. And if you don't think that's the case, then you don't know Jeff like I know him. DJ, who is the wacky girl y'all talk about on your show? I wonder if Earl knows her. Who is, in your opinion, the best roast battler or the best roaster? Because it's two different answers. Looking back years now, was The Wall good or bad for the show? The Wave? You talking about The Wave or The Wall? It's a horrible way to treat a friend. Yeah, I don't know. The Wave, I don't think The Wave was good on TV. I think The Wave was great for the local roast battle show. Now, I'll give you a perfect example of why it didn't work on TV. One, they didn't have their own camera. So, if you're looking at camera one, which is the straight ahead camera, like the one that's focused on me or say Tom Ballard, the Wave's in the corner down there. So when they come out, you kind of don't know, like, okay, what the fuck is this at the bottom of my screen? And so, like in my battle with Tom Ballard, the Wave almost cost me the battle because, Tom's a great comic. I mean, Tom murdered Hinchcliffe in the untelevised season. I mean, it was one of the biggest beatdowns in show history, but like no one saw it really because it was untelevised. And so Tom got a really good line off on me. And just as I'm about to say my rebuttal, I'm literally like, the Wave jumps out in front of me. They do this elaborate prank or stunt or whatever you want to call it. And this goes on for about 15, 20 seconds. They go back. The crowd's laughing. So I had to kind of sit on my line. And then everyone's looking at me. Okay, say your line now. So 30 seconds after Tom's joke, I said the line. It just didn't really work. It didn't bomb, but it didn't really work that well. And, so I don't think the Wave was good for television. I just don't. How do you differentiate roaster between roast battler? Well, roaster is me. Let me see. If I'm roasting Ralphie May, let's say, I'll do some lighthearted jokes. And you guys have heard some of them. Hey, like, Ralphie, when you die, I want you to know I'm going to jump in the coffin with you, but there's not going to be any room. Hey, so it's like a fun fat joke. It's not degrading him. I'm like, Ralphie is so big, his real name is Ralphie May, June, and July. Hey, that's a stupid joke. And then I'm going to pay tribute to him. Ralphie's always tried to help me. He's a great comic. He's a great father. He's a great husband. I mean, maybe not that Ralphie, but you know what I'm saying. You're going to pay tribute to him at the end. Well, roast battle, you're going to do what Mike Lawrence did. You're going to shit on him, and shit on him, and shit on him, and shit on him. So that's not roasting. That's roast battle. Haha. Unboxing or all. I don't know what that means. Yeah, we don't cover. Okay, I'm buying so many LA stories. I do have a lot of LA stories, no doubt about that. But like if people are roasting me, did you like Lawrence's joke about the hardest part of the divorce was getting the ring off his finger? Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's a great joke. I mean, that's kind of a fun. That's almost like a roast joke. It's not, it's kind of a cute way of saying, Ralphie, you're fat. But it goes back to you go back and look at the Dean Martin roast. Yeah, those jokes were hard. I mean, they were going hard in those days. But at the end of the day, they would talk about how great the person was. Well, you're not talking about that in roast battle. Did Ralphie's ex-wife ever go the Bolivia route with that dumb guitar? I haven't seen Lana in a decade. She kind of I think she does like cruise ships and stuff. She was always kind of hacky with the songs, but that shit plays on cruise ships. So I mean, she was always nice to me. I mean, the last time I spoke with Lana, she asked me to green screen my balls for some video she was doing. And I'm like, what? No, thank you. So. Yeah, I don't know what Lana's up to. I think she's doing like cruise ships with Flip Schultz. The Chicken Man ought to like that reference. DJ Show unboxes people digging deep in their history. It's fun. I mean, that would be fun. Yeah, I mean, uh, if Chicken Man, I'll say hello to your brother if he's there tonight. But he's usually not there at 12:15. This message held for review. These are always fun. She wanted to plaster cast her. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She was doing some like sketch where they wanted some balls and like on a green screen. I said, call Ari Shafir. That sounds a little more like his game. So, yeah, but I don't. I mean, she was never. I mean, she got improv spots. I never. She's not a Comedy Store person. So I'm not. I think after the divorce and whatnot, um, most people chose Ralphie's side. Um, I mean, I haven't seen her since the memorial. Now that I think about it, thank you, Shandy girl. I appreciate. I hope to do well. I'm in a good mood. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Ralphie got married to a fat burger. Well, see, that's a good joke I would do at a Ralphie roast. Gino Bisconto is still in LA. Said he might stop in at the store. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with Gino. I mean, the last time I saw him, he did the Comedy Store podcast during the pandemic, and he dropped an N-bomb, and we had to cut the interview. Let Neil know KB actually wants to be on blocks, not only for content, but to meet Neil's sorcerer. Oh man, I miss fat burgers. There was a good fat burger on La Cienega. TB probably knows this intersection. You know how La Cienega, if you're driving north up La Cienega and it kind of merges into San Vicente, so La Cienega keeps going that way, San Vicente goes that way. Right about there, where this finger is, there was a fat burger. And over there was a SLS hotel where all the rappers would stay. Yo, 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 yo. And I think they had now it's now a garage because there was too many drive-by shootings. This is when I lived at 321 South San Vicente, and I would always hear. No, there was no Pioneer Chicken in this area. That Pioneer Chicken, I think, was more La Cienega and Pico. So, but yeah, it was fun times living at 321 South San Vicente. I lived right, right where San Vicente goes left was the roller disco, Oscos. If you've ever seen Thank God It's Friday, that's where my condo was. And then I loved Pioneer Chicken. I used to love those places. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Pioneer Chicken. But I don't believe there's many Pioneer Chickens left. Kip, what is that link? I'm afraid if I hit it, my screen will go dead. Hey, let's get to 40 likes before I end the stream and watch the Carolina Hurricanes battle the Florida Panthers. Okay, right on. So, that's about it for tonight, guys and girls. This has been Earl Skakel. I miss Liquid Zoo. I started that room with Lois's mama, Gail. Well, Gail actually started it, but then she had to go back home to Pennsylvania, so she asked me to run it for a few weeks. And I'm telling you, we got some big comics. Ian Bagg would show up and whatnot, but that is on what Sherman Way in Sepulveda, so it's a real shithole. Like there was like 2 murders the next block over. Welcome to Coast with Earl Skakel. And hour number 1, we'll do a Where Are They Now section on Roast Battle Comics. Hour number 2, we'll go to local drive-thrus in the tri-state area to see if we can see any of Earl's exes. Hour number 3, we'll go to an arm wrestling tournament in Bozeman, Montana to see what Kenny Tenney's been up to. Hello. I was overcome at the Lemmy exhibit in the Punk Rock Museum. I was the usher at Lemmy's funeral. A lot of people don't know that. But because my ex-girlfriend was like, Earl, I know we haven't talked in a while, but you're going to be the only one who knows who the third bass player in Judas Priest was, so come on down. And hour number 5, does Turner Liquors need an update on Earl's picture? Damn, that's a deep cut. Hour number 4, it's where did Earl's headshot along with Chelsea Skidmore and Steven Randolph's go when Turner Liquors changed owners? Call the wild card line at 310-88. I can't give out my real number. So I love that, the old school Art Bell show. Maybe I should take phone calls. I'll give out my home number right now. Who gives a fuck? The coast to coast bit is growing on me. Well, it is such a, the wild card line. I wish I had I can't really give out my cell phone number. Ian Hill, never heard of him. I fucked him. Hello. All right, you guys. This has been a fun stream. There used to be a guy, whenever I would start my stream, he would call me on my landline. Thank you. Yes, I will be at the Comedy Store tonight, 12:15, entertaining. Hour number 6, we will go over a who's who of who Bolivia fucked. By the way, hour number 6 will be a 9-hour segment. Hour number 12, we'll go to Decatur, Alabama to see if you know who moved back home because the grass wasn't greener on the other side of Earl. Call the wild card line at 310-555-1212. Just ask the lady what time it is. Who knows? It might even be her. Hello.